follow, like, subscribe. We're back, baby. Let's go.
Disconnect between the head coach and the GM.
Because
and when you have
Howie's vision.
No, Howie's a freaking moron. And there's a reason why.
Howie,
Jeffrey,
you got a moron.
Are you ever gonna let me freaking talk? God damn, bro.
What is up, everyone, and welcome. We are back with another episode of Birds, Beers, and BS here on the AET Sports Network. Happy holidays and Happy New Year to you all. Sorry we haven't been around the last couple of weeks. Some sickness, some holidays, some family stuff. So, unfortunately, we haven't had a show the last couple of weeks, so we're ready to get back at it. We are your hosts, your typical host, Pina, alongside myself, Eagle Jeff Warner. And look... Let's get down to it, baby. Playoff football is in the city of Philadelphia,
Yes,
ladies and gentlemen. Who would have thought, Peanut?
Not me.
2 or 3 months ago,
Not me.
when this football team was 2-5.
Yeah.
That we would be discussing and talking about Eagles playoff football, and they do not have an easy task this coming week. They will be facing the defending Super Bowl champions, Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, on the road in Tampa Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock kickoff. You can catch that game on Fox. We'll get Joe Buck, Troy Aikman as our announcers, but
Yeah.
The real question that we've been discussing and rattling and trying to think about all week long, and Peanut, I'll go to you first and get your thoughts on this, but can the Eagles dethrone Tom Brady and the Buccaneers? This was a game. This is a team that going into this game, look, we already played the Buccaneers once.
Right.
We lost to them 28-22. The score really shouldn't. The way that game went doesn't indicate what the outcome was, or how it really happened on that field.
Right.
And now we're getting another chance at the Buccaneers, and really, no one is giving us a shot right now. Yep. We are currently the second highest underdog in this weekend's games, next to the other Pennsylvania team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are double-digit underdogs to the Kansas City Chiefs. We are 8.5-point underdog to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, Peanut, I want to hear from you and want you to tell us, do the Eagles have a chance? Please be the voice of reason and try to talk me off a ledge a little bit on where I'm going with this game or which way to lean. I want to hear your thoughts and let me know and let the people know, can the Eagles beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Absolutely not. There's no chance, man. It's possible, but it's not plausible. Look, man, we're just the team, and mind you, we're a young team. We're just defensively not prepared to deal with Tom Brady in the playoffs. Look, Tom Brady's one thing during the season, but when it comes to playoff games, he's clutch, man. So even if we had a lead in the fourth quarter with 25 seconds left and they get the ball back, we're worried. You know what I mean? Tom Brady has a way of doing it. No, Jeff, we're not going to win that game. There's absolutely no chance.
Well,
zero chance we're going to win that game.
Well, I didn't want you to go out openly and just say, hey, we're not going to win. I still want you to give.
All right, here, I'll put it this way. This is
I basically want you to discuss is not to give who you think's going to win. But is there an opportunity? Do you think there's a chance that the Eagles can win this game? Because right now, no one is giving us a single shot in this game. And you bring up a great point. Look, Tom Brady's the GOAT. There's a reason why he's won 7 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
But everyone needs to remember, this is not Tom Brady in his prime. This ain't the Tom Brady that was a dynasty with the New England Patriots. This is a 40-year-old plus quarterback in the National Football League that is now without. He was without Chris Godwin, who's out for the year.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown out of here.
Yeah,
Because if he decided to jump ship, throw his equipment into the stand to say, bye-bye, Tommy boy, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And then now they were possibly without Antonio Brown's replacement, I forget his name, Brown or St. Clair or something along those lines.
Yeah.
He's doubtful for this weekend's game. That leaves, granted, he still has Gronk.
Mm-hmm.
He still has Mike Evans, who's arguably one of the best wide receivers in the game, which is all fine and dandy. And nothing against Tom Brady. He's still a great offensive mind. He's still a great football mind, is what I meant to say.
Right.
He's still a guy that can pick apart defenses, realize what opposing defenses are doing, and find ways to exploit that.
Right.
Which is why Tom Brady has been at the top of the game for as long as he has.
Yeah.
But this ain't the Super Bowl defending champ, or this ain't the Super Bowl winning team that was from a year ago. Yeah, pretty much all the stars were back this year, but they're plagued with injuries.
Yeah.
They're on the decline with a lot of their players.
Yeah.
Their defense ain't up to par as what it was. Granted, they do have some strengths, but I don't understand why everyone is giving us no chance to win this game. And the only reason why is because it's Tom Brady against an playoff inexperienced quarterback in Jalen Hurts and a rookie head coach in Nick Sirianni. That is the only freaking reason. If this was a game with maybe Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson, a Super Bowl winning coach, I don't see that we're not as much as an underdog. I feel that Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts, and Nick Sirianni is getting too much of a bad rap and not enough credit for what they did this season. And I understand everyone wants to discuss down the stretch. Well, they played against crappy opponents. They played against Mike Glennon and McGee and whoever the hell they fucking played against. You play who's on your fucking schedule. And we have been one of the better teams this season, the second half of the season, where we have won 6 of 8 games.
Yeah.
We won 4 or 5. Throw out that fucking last game of the year against the Dallas Cowboys where they destroyed our second and third string. Sorry, Jenna. I know you get pissed off at Mark and Peanut during the game on Saturday. Because I'm saying they're destroying our backup. But it wasn't a game that Cowboys fans should have been happy about. It's not a game you can dictate and dissect and try to get a feeling for going into this playoff game. I'm not saying we're going to win it, but I kind of feel we need to be a little more. We need to be respected a little bit more around the national media and around the rest of the fan bases around the league.
I don't think people are knocking Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni per se, but they're knocking our defense, man. Look at the way Gannon plays defense, and you're telling me you feel comfortable with the Gannon defense the way he's been playing quarterbacks against Tom Brady in a playoff game. There's no fucking way, man. Look, I think Jalen Hurts, maybe he balls out. Sanders is supposed to be able to play. Maybe he balls out. I'm not saying the offense can't hold its own, but the way this defense plays defense, Tom Brady's going to pick it apart. And there's no question in my mind he's going to pick it apart. And on top of it, if you give this guy too much time, even with the lead, you can't feel comfortable. You can't feel comfortable. So I think the national perspective of the whole situation is, what does this defense look like against subpar quarterbacks, mediocre quarterbacks? And then you have to take that into account and say, all right, well, what is it going to look like against the greatest quarterback of all time?
And you want to say subpar quarterbacks? Yeah. They gave up 16 points to Washington, 10 points to the Giants, 17 to Washington, 18 to the Jets. Our defense is doing the fucking job. And even the game that they lost, the Giants, they held them to 13 points. Yeah, that was the offense's fucking fault.
Oh, Danny Dimes ain't nothing to be scared of, bro. Like, come on, man. You cannot do that. You cannot, like.
No, your exact point right there and then is because that everyone is not giving us the credit and the props that we deserve is because we played against inferior opponents.
Yeah,
we can't judge that based on they have to go up against who they're playing.
Well,
and
it is what it is.
And in those games, overall, the defense performed. The defense
got through.
The defense did their job and held their opponents to under 20 points in 1, 2, 3, 4 straight games leading up to that Cowboys debacle where no one fucking played.
Man, you're just trying to give like awards out for like perfect attendance at this point. Like, come on, man.
Because the game they lost to the Giants, the offense fucking flundered.
Yeah, that's true. And flundered, I don't think is a word, but whatever.
Well, it is now. It's the new Jeffism, baby.
Jeffism. Listen, man. You look. We have a knack of making bad quarterbacks look good. I don't know. Maybe Gannon changes the game plan. Or maybe we go man to man. Maybe we go press. But what I'm saying is
the thing is with this defense all season long, it's the old Jim Johnson mentality. It's the bend don't break mentality.
But you can't do that with quarterbacks like Tom Brady because you will break. You're gonna bend and then you're gonna break. Look, man, do I want him? Of course, I want him to win. But there's just from what I've seen thus far, based off of the defensive coordinator and the defensive plays against these quarterbacks, I can't see us. Look, man, if that's the case, then Jalen Hurts is gonna have to ball out and score.
He's been balling out. Everyone, once again, and I'm not saying he's the franchise quarterback of the future, but he's my quarterback right now and probably for next season. This is a guy that has thrown for over 3,000 yards, rushed for over 750 yards, has 30 total touchdowns, less than 10 turnovers throughout the season. If that is anyone else and we're a 13-3 team, he is most likely in the MVP conversation with those numbers.
Yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I'm not saying he would have won it.
No, I got you.
Because Jonathan Taylor, he's been balling out.
Yeah.
And, of course, thank you, Carson Wentz. You freaking choked once again, proving all Philadelphia fans right. Yeah. And we got
you, Carson Wentz.
You're out of the playoffs. We got a first-round pick. We have higher draft seeding, and you're sitting at home while we're playing in the playoffs. Bye-bye.
Yeah, go home, you piece of shit. Listen, I look, man, I want to believe. I should get a shirt that says "I want to believe."
You should,
and instead of the UFO from what was whatever show. Anyways, it'll be an Eagles logo. I want to believe, but based off of the way this defensive coordinator plays defense, I can't believe. And I'm not. Look, I think the offense is fine. I think I think Jalen Hurts is clutch sometimes. I think his running ability it adds another dimension to what this offense could do, and I think it could hurt the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. My problem is the defense. I don't think the defense is going to be much of the problem possibly on Sunday. As well as this offense has played over the last month and a half. Yeah.
I kind of feel that this Tampa Bay offense can cause some issues. Or sorry, the Tampa Bay defense. Because look, you get to look at the X factors in this game, including the weather.
Right.
This game plan right now and this weather is lining up for the Philadelphia Eagles to succeed.
Because of okay.
There's a 70% chance of rain starting at kickoff, probably going through about halftime.
Ooh,
there's going to be wind conditions up to I think 25 or 30 miles per hour. So look, special teams, there's not going to be a lot of kicking. There's not going to be a lot of punting. There's going to be a lot of fourth down. And for the weather factor and with them, with the precipitation, that just screams running the football.
Yeah, run game.
And I understand Eagles fans, sports talk media, everyone's been beating this like a dead horse.
Yeah.
Beating this into the ground and shoving it down everyone's throats. The Eagles, the only way they're going to win this football game.
Like a hard dick.
And look, I'll transition to our next topic, and Peanut, I'll give you a shot, but what the Eagles have to do to win this game is easier said than done. Play to their strengths.
Yeah.
And right now, their strengths is that offensive line and the run game. Mm-hmm. When you have Miles Sanders hopefully healthy, he said he's playing, but who knows how healthy he's going to be. Mm-hmm. You have Jordan Howard, who hasn't looked as sharp, but hopefully with the week off and the extra time, he can get back to full strength. Boston Scott showed you that he can be an option.
Boston Scott, baby.
Huntley came into that game against the Cowboys starters and played pretty decently.
Yeah.
You have a lot of options coming out of the backfield that Nick Sirianni has a lot of opportunity to develop a game plan and design a decent play calling game to have the Eagles a chance to win this game. Because there's not going to be a lot of throwing the football, which plays the Eagles' strengths because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they have Tom Brady. They have Mike Evans. They have Gronk. So if you're going to, from both sides, if you're going to see a passing game, you're going to see a lot of screens. You're going to see a lot of short, intermediate routes.
Which Tom Brady is
the king. He's one of the kings that's getting rid of the football quickly, which doesn't matter what you do defensively. You have to still find a way to rattle him. If you're not hitting home, you still need to hit him, rattle him around, make sure he's not comfortable in the pocket. Yeah. But the Eagles need to establish a rhythm, establish the run game, long drives, moving those chains, keep Tom Brady off the field, and get in the end zone. Because you're not going to be able to win football games kicking field goals, especially Tom Brady, that we learned this first matchup earlier this year.
Yeah. Well, here's my keys to the game. I agree with you. Part of it is run the ball. The other part is clock management. Keep Tom Brady off the field. And honestly, some of these players, like I don't mean to call you out, Fletcher Cox, but like some of these players that we're paying the top dollars for, these are the games that they need to show up on. These are the games that we need these guys. All right, we need you to disrupt that offensive line. The only way to win this game is to A, we're going to have to run the ball. B, control the clock. C, we're going to have to hit Tom Brady. We have to make him uncomfortable. It might be the only time, like, Derek Barnett is I'm saying his name too. Anyways, that we need to play dirty in this game. We have to fluster this guy. We have to make him uncomfortable in the pocket, and then we have to play good coverage. It's a tough task, man. We're asking basically all phases of the game have to be played perfectly in order for us to just win this game. That's it.
Obviously, it's easier said than done. And
it is.
Look,
this
is a football team that, yes, you need to have a flawless football game. You need to win the turnover battle.
Mm-hmm.
Like we said, you need to win the battle in the trenches. You need to get after Tom Brady. And it's going to be interesting to see what Jonathan Gannon does, because traditionally he's a guy that likes to bring different blitz packages, but I do not see them putting one of our linebackers on Rob Gronkowski. I do see maybe Anthony Harris or Rodney McLeod on him, and which leads the secondary vulnerable.
Yeah.
We have to have Darius Slay play up to the all-pro potential that we have seen from him all season long.
Right.
A guy that has shown it, for the most part, he could be a shutdown corner. And it's going to be interesting to see. You obviously have to expect them to use Darius Slay to spy on Mike Evans. They're one of their big play threats.
They're gonna have to.
Big play wide receivers.
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
But the big thing for the Eagles, from an Eagles standpoint, is we can't get behind early. We can't get, and that's the one thing that this team has done the last 3-4 weeks. I'm gonna throw that Cowboys game out of it, but I think besides that, this is a team normally throughout the season that is top 10 and scoring points in the first quarter. I think they were averaging close to 9-10 points a game in the first quarter. The last month and a half, I think they're averaging 2.4 to close to 3 points in the first quarter.
Yeah.
We are not going to be able to win football games with getting behind, giving Tom Brady a cushion and allowing him to have a lead early on, because he's just going to continue to throttle. He's going to keep on going and going.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is a team that is built the play from behind. We have seen numerous times this year they might have come close, but too many slow starts and too many mistakes have cost them, and they end up losing those football games. You look at that Giants game that we were at. You had turnovers early. You had stop on fourth down. You had bad throws.
Yeah.
It ended up costing you in the end. They couldn't come back from that. And that, like you said, that's against a bad football team.
Mm-hmm.
Not against Tom Brady. You can't you can't have mistakes against Tom Brady, because he will take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And I want Nick Sirianni to stick to the game plan.
Okay.
I'm worried that, because look,
you think he's gonna get cute?
That Tampa Bay front four.
Yeah. They're a problem.
They're front four. Yeah, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think, are like bottom 10 in yards allowed per carry.
Right.
But there's still a stout defensive front that is top 5, top 10 in rushing yards allowed total.
Right. So,
and I'm worried with the wind conditions, the way things are, that if we get down too early, too quickly, and the run game is not working, he's going to go pass happy, and we're doomed for disaster right there. Because we have seen what Jalen Hurts has done this season when he's relied upon on being the focal point as a passing quarterback.
Although he's been improving.
He's been improving.
He's just not there yet.
But you have to remember, in those games he's been improving, he's not throwing 30, 40 times a game.
Right. Yeah.
And he's done a lot better job. He's matured a lot as a quarterback. And he's a guy that is now standing more in the pocket more and is not breaking free as soon as he doesn't see his first or second read.
Yeah.
He's allowing the plays to develop. He's allowing himself to go through the progressions, and he's standing more in the pocket a lot more before he darts off, which is a great sign for the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in these type of conditions, against a quarterback like Tom Brady, that was utterly disgusting.
Sorry, y'all. Beers to you. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I just think you're giving them just a little bit too much credit defensively. You're basically saying that they're going to go out there and there's a chance because basically they're all going to play a perfect game. And that's not the facts. And here's the thing. Running the ball is great. Taking the time, the clock up is great. But if you're not up at least 2 or 3 points versus Tom Brady in the fourth quarter, you always have a chance to lose. So if we can't get up early and get up early, we can't just go 7-0. We have to be up like 21-0 by the end of the third quarter for me to even think there's a chance for us to win that game.
Hey, Brady still has the greatest comeback of all time in NFL history. So I agree with you. And it's gonna be interesting to see because it's really gonna come down to the real X factor in this game, in my opinion, is gonna be the coaching.
Absolutely agree.
Look,
absolutely agree.
It's gonna be interesting to see and what type of strategy both these coaches are going to do because typically the analytics on the in the NFL, this is why a lot of teams do this, is to defer the ball. If whoever wins the coin toss, they defer the ball so they get the ball after the second half.
I would take the ball right away, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're Nick Sirianni and you win that coin toss, take that ball and make a statement on that opening drive.
Yep.
Establish a rhythm like we said and continue to move those chains and run as much as that clock out as much as possible. Yep. And the duty isn't done. And how old are we? 5?
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But look. You need to punch that ball into the end zone on that first drive. You need to make a statement and say, this team is no slouch.
Nope. Yep.
Now, depending what happens after this week, they're automatically going to Green Bay. And honestly, Green Bay right now, I'm not trying to get ahead of myself, they're the classy NFC in my opinion. I don't think there's much stopping them, especially with them having home field advantage. But I don't feel that this game is as unwinnable as what everyone's making it to see. And I feel this, any of the matchups going into this weekend's game when we're trying to figure out who we're going to be playing last week, this is the better matchup in my opinion. I did not want to go to L.A. I did not want to go West Coast, to travel to L.A., to play them on the road. Granted, Matthew Stafford hasn't been playing hot, and that team's been falling apart a little bit for the most part. They had a chance to win the division, but look, everyone I feel is over. What's the word? They're giving too much credit to the Buccaneers is because they have the greatest player of all time with Tom Brady. And once again, this ain't Tom Brady in his prime. He's still he's still a very good quarterback and someone that's played very well at his age.
Very well. He was well enough to win that Super Bowl last year, right?
But last year it wasn't all on him. Even going in that playoff run, you saw his stats weren't anything great. They played because they had great defense. They had linebackers, which they still have in that roster, but they're banged up.
Yeah, but still, man, he listen, man. You know what?
He started to execute and play the position. I get that. I understand that. But this ain't Tom Brady that broke the NFL touchdown record. This is Tom Brady, who's 40+ fucking years old without 2 of his decent weapons. If we can find a way to shut down Mike Evans and control Gronkowski and shut down the running game with Fournette, who's banged up and hurt himself, we have a chance to win this fucking football game. Is all I'm trying to say.
You all right? All right.
COVID.
I see COVID. I see what you're saying, man, and trust me, I want to believe. I want to believe. Listen, maybe, possibly, but for you to kind of just write off Tom Brady as some like aging,
I'm not writing him off. I respect the hell out of him. I said he's the GOAT he's the greatest of all time. No doubt about it. Maybe the greatest athlete ever.
Who's the better quarterback this year? Who's the best quarterback in the NFL? Like, if you besides Rodgers, who else are you gonna pick? Tom fucking Brady, bro. Shut the fuck up. Come on, man.
Look,
Tom Brady, bro. I mean, listen. I know you're gonna bring up. Here we go with the stats. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to like crunch time, clutch plays, systematically picking defenses apart, bro, you're not giving the guy that much credit, and this guy can do that shit.
He can. Look, he had over 5,300 yards, 43 touchdowns, 12 interceptions with a quarterback rating of 102. And I'm not, once again, I'm not saying he can't play at a high level. What I'm saying is
You're comparing old Tom Brady to new Tom Brady,
No.
which is fucked up.
No, what everyone's doing is comparing Tom Brady
To Tom Brady
of his career, not the Tom Brady of now. And
Right.
yes, he has those numbers, but that's what he had. Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, arguably the best 1-2 combo in the NFL.
Yeah.
He had AB.
Yeah.
He had Gronk.
Right.
He had a stellar running game. He had a defense that was playing well.
Right.
He's not having that right now. This defense, this ain't the defense that won in the Super Bowl last year.
Okay.
And I agree with you. I don't think that this Eagles team is built to play in a shootout or come from behind with Tom Brady. When it goes touchdown to touchdown, the Eagles cannot compete in that, which is why they have to run the ball.
Yeah.
Kill the clock. Move the chains. First down.
Good fucking point. First down, touchdown, man.
Exactly.
First down,
all
down,
I'm saying
touchdown.
is, I am not writing this team off.
Okay.
That is all I'm going to say.
Okay. Well, I'll do it for you.
Well, there we go. Peanut.
I'll write them all for you. Listen.
Give me your game predictions for Sunday.
My prediction for Sunday is going to...
And why?
All right. I think this, and mind you, if it happens this way, great. I mean, not great, but I just want to be right. I think the Eagles are going to surprise a lot of people in the first, second, and third quarter. I think it's going to be a close game until the fourth quarter. I feel like eventually Tom Brady's going to figure something out. Our defense is going to, or not even defense, because I feel bad even saying that. Our defensive coordinator is going to take his foot off the gas. Our offense is going to take the foot off the gas, and we're going to give him the opportunity to do what he does best, and that's come in clutch. We lose the game. It's going to be a close game. If are we doing prediction scores and shit like that?
Give us your score.
I'd say 21-28 Buccaneers.
What was that?
21-28 Buccaneers.
So 28-21 Bucks you have winning.
Yeah. That's
okay.
I think look, I think they're going to fight hard, but ultimately our shortcomings will be the downfall. I think we're going to turn the ball over. We're not going to get the ball turned over on you know what I'm saying? Like those little things that been nagging us all year, this is when it catches up to us. And I think Tom Brady's going to expose it.
Well, Peanut has spoken. He has the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning this one 28-21, beating the Philadelphia Eagles, ending their season, which look,
yeah,
I wouldn't be upset with that. Remember, we weren't supposed to be in this situation.
Hey, look,
we weren't supposed to be in the playoffs. This was supposed to be a 6-win team at best with an unproven quarterback and unproven head coach.
I did pick 6 games. You're right.
And right now, well, not just you. I'm saying everyone in general.
Yeah.
But this was a team that overcame the odds.
Yeah.
Overproduced and proved everyone wrong. And are in the playoffs. Granted, it's the 7th seed, a seed that wasn't here a year ago.
So what?
But
We're still
in the playoffs.
It matters.
That's all that matters. And look, like you said, they get that playoff experience.
Yep.
And then next year,
yes,
regardless what happens the next few weeks, next year, the expectations just went way up.
Mm-hmm. Which is great.
Especially now that you have 3 first-round picks, you can possibly have your quarterback for at least through next season.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens and how things unfold this upcoming year. But
I'm excited.
Look, I'll give my prediction Sunday. If you do not know, we will be live, myself, Chip, and Mike on the AT Birds crew, live from the West End in Quakertown, which is off Northwest End in Quakertown, right off 309. We'll be there starting at 11:45. So show kicks off 11:45. If you cannot be there in person, that is okay. We will be streaming it live on the Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube channel. So once again, make sure you're subscribing to all those channels.
Yeah, please.
And also,
motherfuckers,
make sure you get the click the notification button. Anytime any of our shows goes live, post something on the pages or whatever, you'll get a notification letting you know what's going on the AT Sports Network.
And I tell you what, the West End got some good ass wings, bro.
Look, great food, beer specials,
wings.
Huge TVs to watch all the NFL games. Jeff and his crew there are phenomenal, and we do appreciate them having us all season long. So I will be giving my prediction then.
Okay.
So
I already know his prediction anyways.
Yeah, whatever. But we hope you come join us, have some fun. Eagles pregame show Sunday at the West End in Quakertown. You can come earlier. We'll be there a little bit earlier, but show does kick off 11:45. We'll go till about 12:45, a little bit before kickoff. That way, we have enough time to watch, get ready for the game, do whatever we need to do.
Jeff will be signing footballs there, by the way, for $10.
I'll sign footballs. I'll sign helmets. I'll sign whatever the hell you fucking like.
He'll sign boobs.
Maybe not that. My wife not like that.
Oh, shit.
But look, thank you again for everyone for tuning in here on Birds, Beers, and BS. And all season long, we do appreciate everyone's support, tuning in, listening to us banter and yell and curse and whatever the fuck we decide to do on the show. We appreciate everyone that tunes in because, look,
we do.
We're just two ordinary guys. We're just two guys from Pennsylvania that sit in my fucking shitty ass basement and talk about football, and you guys tune in. So honestly, you guys are the real rock stars. We thank you for everyone for tuning into the program.
Thank you.
But also, you can also help support us again by supporting our sponsors. Make sure to check out our website, atsportsnetwork.com, for some great information, some great content from all our writers. And also make sure to check out our shop, atsportsnetwork.com/shop. You can get products from all our shows, from Birds, Beers, and BS, Chips and Drip now, our new show on Monday nights with JD and Chip. You can also Burning Bridges, the AT Weekly Report. You make sure if you haven't, he did just have on former Eagles cornerback safety Matt Ware. And also a couple weeks ago, he did have former Penn State player Tamba Hali, so former Chief and All-Pro. So again, make sure you are subscribing to our YouTube channel because all those shows are on there to rewatch for your enjoyment.
Yeah. Motherfuckers.
Also, like to thank our friends at statementgames.com. Fun free twist on fantasy sports. The referral link is in the description of the episode or of the program, so make sure to check them out. You can also thank oddsjam.com using their arbitrage calculator to not lose money. So make sure to check out the referral link there as well. And then we'd like to thank our friends at Manscaped. Make sure you're using code ATBurst for 20% off and free shipping at checkout at manscaped.com. Again, that's ATBurst for 20% off and free shipping at checkout at manscaped.com.
Yeah,
so
shave your fucking nuts.
Follow me on Twitter at Jeff Warner NFL. You can also follow all our social media accounts, AAT Sports _ and AAT Birds on Twitter and also on Instagram. You can follow Peanut on Twitter at PartyDollDay1. He's sort of starting to tweet.
Yeah,
he's starting to get a little bit of a following. So,
I got to follow him? Get the fuck out of here.
I don't fucking know.
You don't follow me.
It's called building you up.
That's right. Shave your nuts, motherfuckers, and follow Party Doll Dave. Go ahead.
But look, we'll be back regardless next week of the outcome, dissecting either an Eagles win or an Eagles loss and looking into the offseason. So I am your host, Eagle Jeff Warner, alongside my co-host, Peanut. We'll be back next week here on another episode of Birds, Beers, and BS.
Yeah.
On the AT Sports Network. And as we say to end every show, drink 'em if you got 'em.
Sons of bitches.